Alright, good evening, and welcome back. Mm, it's time to have a look at what happened at day 4 at the Japan Championship 2025. Blah, blah. Can't use my words. Let me put my face over to the side quickly. So, day 4 of the 5-day tournament. Today we are going to look at round 7, which was played this morning, and round 8, which was played tonight. For those of you who haven't joined us before, we're going to look at the top 4 boards only, because those are the only games which are on digiboards, which are streamed live for us to be able to see onwards online, because the rest of the games, who knows what happened there. So we're going to look at board 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see. We still have seed number 1, who has had basically a flawless time. I think he's basically drawn and won exclusively. Seed 11 is someone who's outside of the main scope. Seed 13, 28. But yeah, out of the top 8, quite a few people are still here. 1, 3, 8, 4, and 7. So we've got a few challenges and a few of the top seeds still battling it out at the current level that they should potentially be. So now face goes over to the side again, and let's get over to Lichess. Chess.com also has it, but I prefer Lichess for basically everything if I can, although I will admit I have been playing. I did a bit of a grind last week to go up on those levels, just for just because I'm on holiday right now, why not? Alright, so here we go, round number 7, let's have a look. So first board was Tran, who is seed number 1 versus Otsuka Shou. Otsuka Shou is, now I actually want to go over here back again. Otsuka Shou is seed number 4. We have seen them at the top boards before, and it's good to see them come back. And the results are also visible here already. I guess I could have hidden it, but I'm not too worried about it. This is all afterwards, it's not live, so I'm happy just to have a look. We're not going to be looking at a chart for the graph, and we can turn it on and off if we need it for a few interesting positions, and I'm going to keep the opening book open. It's always fun for me to see just kind of where people are playing, where it's still theory or they're following either something that's popular, on top leeches, or popular in the master level. And interesting, well, I guess it's not actually that interesting if you think about it for a while, but when I first saw it I was surprised, which is that um, top top line theory, so master theory definitely doesn't exist at top leeches level. So the master theory maybe continues until like move 20, but top leeches by like move 14 everyone's played something different and it's no longer the same game. So you'll see master continue on for a while, and then if you swap over to leeches, like no one's played that. Anyway, I think that's kind of interesting. So let's have a look. This was Tran playing with the white pieces and Otsuka Shou playing with black. Knight f3, gotta like it. F6, d4, g6. So this could be, I mean, a few things still. King's Indian defense, the first thing that comes to mind for me. Knight c3. All right, so definitely not a standard move. d5, bishop up. Okay, so this is just going into a London now, or a Joe Barber London, sorry, because the knight's in front of the pawn. Castle and jumps directly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is called the Barry attack, the Queen's Pawn Barry attack. But I mean, this is basically a Jobava London, right? Isn't it? Alright, Bishop G7 is the main move. C6, A6, Knight H5, C5. Alright, cool. So Bishop G and then immediately Knight B5. Looks very scary. E3, Queen D2. Knight b5, the Barry attack. Interesting. So knight a6, yeah, I've got to defend your c7 pawn. This is basically how the Jobava London just auto wins if you don't know it at all. I have definitely lost against it in the past as well. Alright, so stops it, and then what are you going to do? Okay, e3, potentially you want to jump your knight, take their knight, and then come back and do the same threat again. Oh, you can't though, because if you take, then they take with their pawn, and then this square is covered. Okay, so I mean, you're just continuing development, I guess. c6, telling that knight to just go back, and then putting their own knight on c7. So this is not a bad maneuver for black. If I was black, I would be fairly comfortable with this. You can still play kind of like a reverse London situation here. Your bishops are both seeing the light. You've got both your knights out. You're gonna castle. Yeah, actually, if I was black, I'd be quite comfortable with this, to be honest. And immediately we're out of theory. Bishop t3 on move 8. White plays something that apparently is not played at the top master level. Let's just quickly see at the top leeches level. Sorry, I said top master level, at the master level. Yeah, leeches still has bishop 3 in it, but I'm just going to continue with masters for a second to see if we transpose. Maybe castle h3, we've transposed. Okay, so maybe h3 here is the main move to stop the bishop, then castle, then bishop d3. Okay, so just a transposition, no worries about that. I guess here the point being that, yeah, you should be able to do this, and then here you take, and now you're coming, you know, with some good initiative against white's position. Alright, well that didn't happen. Black didn't want to do that or know it, and white just didn't know it or didn't care. Although I guess at this level I wouldn't think people on move 8 would be surprised, so white probably just doesn't care if that happens. Alright, so here we transpose back in, and here we go c5. The main move is knight c8. Okay, so maybe you're playing knight c8 to be able to fight for the e4 square with both your knights, and then maybe white has to either take or maybe they jump their knight back to also counter, or to play f3 e4 or something like that. So just gonna look at that quickly. Castle, knight d6, a4. Okay, yeah, here comes the knight as one of the options, and indeed you can jump your knights back either to stop trading or to force a trade, whichever way. Alright, c5, castles. So here I guess if you go here, then white just says, okay, cool, no tension, thank you very much, and I'm going to play for the e4 break somehow. Although that's, wow, how do you do that? Here, b5, b3, b4. Okay. Or is white just going to fight against your queen side as well? I guess that's kind of a acceptable way to go about it too. Alright, so anyway, just b6, bringing the light square bishop out onto that diagonal, I guess. Maybe trying to trade it off over here, actually. Yeah. Okay, and again a move that's not in the database, and just closes it off. What happens if I just decide to do my trading plan here? What am I missing? Oh, this is the... yeah, okay, I understand. Alright, massive disaster, don't do that. Alright, so closes off the light square bishop, and comes... okay, now it just looks like he just did 2, and they just inserted an extra move here for no reason. Alright, so let's go back here quickly. Let's see, castles, b6 at the top leeches level, still a few games. No one played this really. Oh no, someone did. Okay, this must be transposing. And bishop b7, which is an engine move as well, but never mind. Alright, so now we're just out of theory completely. Alright, so coming at the queen side. Also, yeah, standard stuff. You don't take, you just put all the pawns on tension squares, and now black actually had the option to just kind of shut the situation down, and you'd have to cycle your knight out around. But I don't, yeah, that wouldn't really help you, because if you could cycle your knight around, black just has kind of pawns over there that can't go anywhere. So I don't know. That would be interesting. I wonder if black did this. Oh, sorry, the pawn's hanging. I'm absolutely silly. But if it wasn't hanging, let's just give... yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's slightly better for black. Alright, so anyway, takes the front pawn, kicks the knight, gets a nice square for it, now getting to that c5 square in the future maybe. Takes, and now the queen side's opened up, and these knights are now facing each other. I'd love to be able to get a knight over there as well, or there. You know, these two squares are currently not looked after too well. Okay, oh, no trade, just let's both take an outpost, fair enough. Okay, yeah, all the bishops are looking down. In this case, I think black's bishop is the one that's kind of not really doing anything useful. Yeah, the position's slightly better for black. I would say it's because this guy's just kind of doing nothing. Maybe you can trade it off? Maybe I'm talking rubbish and it's because the queen's still on the back rank and this this rook's also doing nothing. Maybe that's where it comes from. Okay, here comes the queen at least, so there's the rook. Bishop also out, blocking up the diagonal, blocking up the file. Trading off the dark square bishops, I guess. What if you take... Oh no, but then they take back with their knight. And that helps their knight a lot, so maybe you don't want to do that. Bishop back all the way. Maybe you want to go here. You don't want to go there because it's not protected. This messes up your pawn structure, so yeah, fair enough. Opposes the knight, takes it, and kicks the dark square bishop, and gets off the diagonal. Okay, so not committing to this. Black needs to get the rest of their back line sorted out first. Rook, queen, danger levels. Rook comes over, but that pawn is... Oh, that was a nice little fork. Gets off of the open files, attacks the bishop. Yeah, but I mean, this pawn structure with this bishop is feeling a bit unfortunate. This rook still hasn't moved. This knight's way at the back. Yeah, white's clearly just kind of like owning the position. Is the... Yeah, the valuation has skyrocketed since. Doesn't want to trade. Cements the bishop in there. This opens up the diagonal though. So I'm sure they calculated a little bit here because here... Oh, but you can oppose, so it doesn't matter. Oh, you don't even oppose. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So you take, I take with check. This square's got a pawn on top of it, so you have to give me another piece for it. You can't move your king, or you have to do this. And then I come in it again, and again. Yeah, you don't have much here. I guess I'll take it. I don't even take it. I just load onto the queen side. Okay. Alright. Takes the pawn. Okay, so black just threw a pawn to try and open up the position for the pieces. Okay, so that's two pieces for the rook, but unfortunately... Oh, sorry. Oh, that's just two pieces. Yeah, they just won the knight, but unfortunately the dark square bishop's gone, so the king's mega open. Oh, check. Oh, goodness. Okay, yeah, you're just not going to survive. Your knight's hanging, this is hanging with check. After you go here, they can get you again, and then that's mate actually. Ooh, let's play that out quickly. I don't know, make a move. That's a nice mate. That's a real... Oh, this is also mate. Same mate. Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh wow, mate in 9. Unavoidable. Well, you can see why the main seed number 1 is seed number 1. Hey, Dopa. The Japanese GMs, unfortunately, not as far as I know. The strongest player in Japan who's playing is actually white here. He is actually... is it Vietnamese? I don't want to lie to you. Give me 1 second. Let's look up his name on the FIDE website quickly and I'll tell you. His federation is Japan. He's been in Japan for a long time. Oh, he's got like a little Wikipedia up. Yeah, it's Vietnamese, right? But he's been in Japan for a very, very long time. And he's the strongest active player here. He got his international master last year, actually. I remember seeing the news. Yeah, pretty sure he's the strongest. Yeah, active players. All players number 2. Maybe there's someone else, but as far as I know, there's unfortunately no GMs in Japan. Japan has a growing chess kind of field though. The federation was apparently a bit mismanaged in the past. I've only been in Japan for 8 years-ish myself. But somewhere at the start it was a bit mismanaged, but apparently the new federation now has taken over and they're doing a lot of effort, specifically around the Tokyo region, but also in cooperation with the clubs around the country to, build like grassroots chess, rookie chess, cadets, scholastic chess, and so forth. So maybe we'll get there one day, but unfortunately, no GMs right now. Yeah. Um, yeah, I actually have no idea about his GM norms, to be honest. Maybe the Wikipedia page has something about it. I'll quickly jump here and just see. Yeah, he played a long time. Engineering company. He came here in 2015. Okay. And then, oh wow, from 16 onwards, he already represented. Uh, yeah, there's actually not much else here that might be useful. Nope, I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, if he had IM, I don't know if you need IM to get a GM norm, but yeah, that's the situation. Yeah, so that was game one, and Tran is still crushing. Now for game two, we have Shen versus Averbukh. Alex is back up. Alex is a little bit lower on the list. Yeah, he's 11th seed-wise, and Muxi is 7th. Muxi is under 18 from the China Federation. I don't know if this is someone who's visiting Japan for the tournament. No, that's not possible. This is the Japan champs. So he has to be Chinese Federation, but staying in Japan in some way or another, or having some strong connection. Maybe one of the parents is Japanese or something. There's a little bit of a leeway in the. Where am I going? Sorry. There's a little bit of leeway in the requirements, but basically this is Japan champs, so you have to be related in some way or another. So let's have a look. So e4, c5, a lot of Sicilian, close Sicilian, a crow Sicilian with bishop b, so it's 90, yeah, 94. And here the question is always, do you take the bishop or do you not? Taking the bishop here, it is, scores fairly well for white at the top level. I think kind of like a not at the top level. Oh, okay, I was going to say it doesn't score so specifically well, but apparently it scores really well for white at the top leeches level. So yeah, don't take the bishop. If you do take the bishop, then basically your plan, I think, is to play a6 and d5, or just d5 directly. Let's see if here, yeah, okay, but anyway, not taking the bishop. Now e6, which is a move. I don't know if it's the move though. Yeah, a6 kind of forces the issue, e6 doesn't force the issue. Fair enough, so e6, castle, then a6, one or the other. Against the close Sicilian, because the knight's here, and also because the bishop is sometimes somewhere here, or here even, a6 and e6 happens a lot. Smith Mora can do that, Rossalimo can do this, other Sicilians as well. Yeah, a6 happens a lot. Alright, so bishop just drops back, stays alive. Feels a bit silly to be here, but I believe that there's a reason for that. Maybe you're going to play here and open it up this way. I don't actually remember, to be honest. Or maybe it's because you're not... Oh, maybe you don't want to trade off here. That's maybe the point. Anyway, so now the knight jumps back. b3, still mainline theory basically. And now g6, now we're kind of... Oh, sorry, yeah, now we're kind of getting a little bit sidelined. Bishop out. Here the move was e5, e5, yeah. Just kind of taking the positions central, central square. Alright, knight a, trading off. Okay, so that looks like a terrible trade for black. Look at this. Like, what are you doing over here? I mean, this player is way stronger than I am, 2188, but that looks rather dangerous to trade your dark square bishop off. I mean, I'm sure it's concrete and there's some plan to it. It's still a Masters game situation. It actually seems to score okay for black. Top lead chess, okay, also not super bad. Black seems to do well, but that feels just a little bit crazy. Alright, so d6 starting to plug up some holes. Rook over, getting ready for e5, and we're out of theory. Any top lead chess games remain that we can look at? No. Okay. So a4. Yeah, White's plan on the other hand, I'm also not so sure. I feel like they had to play e5 a bit earlier already, but they didn't. Alright, now the bishop's also a little bit silly. There's a nice outpost over there though. Okay. Yeah, no one's sure where they want to break or how. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I mean, they've got sufficient, but I mean, obviously with this and this, the point is they can take here, double your pawns, and then it won't be able to help there. Take once, then take there. Oh, and then just get into the square. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually won a game against someone because I doubled the F pawns, and then the king was just massively exposed because they couldn't get any pieces around, because these two pawns are actually really, really frustrating if you need to move your pieces to the king side. Alright, so taking and opening up the king a bit. Everyone gets a little expo for themselves. And white gives up a exchange with this. I mean, I guess they could have gone here, but that's also looking kind of insane, and the queen can come over. They could have done this too. They could have gone this here. Okay, they just don't though. Now the queen's coming over. Rook says thank you very much. Wow, okay, so black sacks the knight here for the attack. I mean, they could have jumped back. What's the evaluation? Oh yeah, going straight in is best. Okay, this is not straight. Okay, so black's actually better here. Pins it to the... I see why. I mean, yeah. Defends the one, attacks the back one. So now, what's the situation? Black's up 2 pawns. Knight and bishop. I guess their king is a bit safer. I'm a little bit unsure. Yeah, it's apparently just good for black. Trade off. Gets a pawn. Drops another pawn. Down 2 pawns is normally just losing, especially because the pawns are over here. If the pawn was, if the pawn was over here, then probably still losing, but at least a little bit easier to try and defend. So now it's just about black trying to convert this endgame. Yeah, trying their best to keep everything together. Get to that pawn, so they have to sack it with the rook. Oh, but white just tries their best. Can't do it. Yeah, no way. No way that's gonna work. Yo, they played on quite a while trying to make something happen here. Okay. Wow, okay. So I like the... So I'm normally black in this position because I don't really play e4, so let me just have a look. d4, e6 is apparently the move. e6, then a6, then knight back, and then trade off the dark square bishops, and white d6, to cover e5. Yeah, knight out. What happens if you play e5 here? Okay, it is a move, but you give up the d5 square, I guess. That was quite a positional story before they started breaking. I think the c d4 move was not so good. Apparently it was already the same, but I don't know. The doubled f pawns just feels so uncomfortable. It's not even really where the game was lost or won, I guess. Alright, next we've got Nanjo versus Taga. Taga is the challenger. It's someone who's come up. They're not in the top. Taga is actually C28. So well done to them. 1950 playing up on board 3. They've had a great tournament. 4.5 points so far. Against C number 3, which is Nanjo. Nanjo has played some good games that we've enjoyed as well. Personally, I like the fact that they play some lines I enjoy. Let's see, another Sicilian. Gotta love it. Alippa in D5. I'd like playing the D5 line. Knight C6. Yes, yes. Okay, so black unfortunately lost, but I like this. Bishop F. Takes, and castles long. Here, I think that's the best move. Is it the best move? I actually forgot a tiny bit, to be honest. What if they take this way? Oh, then you take there. And then you come out and they've got an IQP, right? So here white says thank you, no IQP. And black says let's get it. Okay, at the top level this is just suicide. But apparently, I mean, I like this as well. Knight D2, Knight X. Pawn X is not master. DX is master. King B, Queen A, B6, Bishop C4, X2. Oh my goodness, this just looks insane. Yeah, this can't be good for black, right? That's just 4 minus +5. Okay. Anyway, they took with the pawn. Let's see, top leeches will have a few games. Yeah, it does. King B8 and Bishop E2. Oh, white is not in a rush. No crazy aggression. Just gone a castle. They've got their IQP and they've got their development. Now the queen comes out, attacks the queen in the same manner. Here comes the knight. Beautiful outpost for it to take here. Oh, so that's challenging your rook. It's also giving check here, and if you take, I take back, hitting your queen. And then after your queen moves, I'm guessing I play here. King C takes. Oh wow. Yeah, let's quickly have a look here. +2, +3, +5. I want to just see how this works. Here, and I don't know. Let's not hang on. Let's do this. Oh, it's just that's so easy. Okay, hang on. Oh, you just can't stop this at all. Oh my goodness. This was just a knockout. That's very unfortunate because Taga's been doing so well, but they just got crushed. Miniature, 18 moves. If I'm on this side of the board, yeah, you have to take in this position. And here, if you take here, I'm going to take there. I probably would do this too, to be honest. Here, though, I don't know. I don't think I would take the knight. This is apparently what everyone does, but I feel like I would, yeah, I would, like, knight f6 feels more like my move, to be honest. Why is this not the move? Oh, because your bishop's hanging. Alright. King b8. e5. You gotta just open up the center, get your bishop out. Castles, just e6. Queen out. Yeah, getting pieces towards your king is probably what you're supposed to do. This one, I'm not so sure. What happens after this? Like, what was the point? What am I missing here? Why would you play Bishop G? Is it because you think they're going to take? And then you take, and you're threatening this bishop. Okay, but you just missed a very obvious... and here probably you still have a chance to make things a bit better somehow. Can't you get over here? Ah, no, not really. Oh no, okay. Oh wow, okay, well. Got crushed. That happens sometimes, unfortunately. Good to be the challenger, but sometimes challenging isn't enough. Alright, board 4, let's have a look. Higashino versus Yamada Kohei. and we will quickly look at the whoopsie daisy. That's different here. Yamada Kohei is seed 8 and Higashino is seed 13. Yamada Kohei I know a little bit, Higashino I don't know. So let's just see. English, D6, G, so this looks like a King's Indian Defense. CD, Knight C, this is like a modern or a perk. This is the Averbukh system. Is it though? Yeah, this is the King's Indian. Alright, goes like a little classical orthodox situation. Castle, close it up, Queen C2. Ooh, position. I never know in this position, am I supposed to play A3 or A4 or ignore it? I'm always unsure here. Okay, so now I just play B3. Alright, Knight D2 is apparently the main move to break, I guess. Let's say you just play on. No, I don't know. What am I threatening here as white? I think you're eventually trying to play up or even just here. And obviously you're trying to defend this pawn if you have to move some other pieces, I guess. Anyway, B3 hits the... This could still be top leeches, yeah. H6, bishop E. Oh, and knight G4 is a move here actually, although apparently it doesn't score so well. Because they take the other knight and they mess up your pawn structure a little bit. Yeah, okay. And black probably sees it coming. So if you take now, do they take with this way or this? Oh, they apparently take this way. Okay, and just clamp down on the center completely. Okay. Alright, so knight e2, back with a lot of games. A3, trying to break on the queen side. F, so it's a queen side, king side game. F, takes. I definitely thought that you should be taking with a knight. Apparently the pawn is slightly better. Okay, but the knights are also okay, pawn is slightly better. I thought that you should take with the knight to keep the f-file closed, number one, and also because this is a great square for a knight to be on, right? Although I also realize now maybe that would be a problem. So you like take with the back knight, for instance, front knight, and then they pin it to your queen. Maybe that's not so fun, fair enough. F just kills some of the action. Okay, b4. Tell me why you don't take. Don't you want this to be open? Apparently not. Okay. And white's just coming forward, breaking everything. Black's pawn structure a disaster, but they have the two bishops. But still, their pawn structure is a disaster. And the black bishop isn't actually doing that much. The dark bishop's just staring at the e5 pawn. And these knights would love to get onto some of these squares, I'm guessing. You don't want to jump here. Actually, you probably want to go here, just try and pick up that pawn. And then this one can go behind, or even over this way. Yeah, it's still fair. Oh, you have this little cheeky check as well. Okay, take. Everyone's got many isolated. Oh, I don't know if that was necessary. Is that the best move? You just threw away your... No, never mind. Apparently that's the best move. What am I talking about? Oh, I see. Yeah. Trade a queen for a queen. Yes, no. Yes. What about a pawn? Explain yourself. Oh, because it's... the bishop is pinned. Right, so I would fork you. Never mind, defend it. Take a pawn. Alright, white's up a pawn. Still two knights versus two bishops though, which feels kind of insane. Where's this bishop going? He just playing for time a little bit. Oh, everyone's quite low here, huh? Alright, that's another pawn. Yo, these knights are working overtime. Alright, so this should be winning for white. Plus 1.4. I mean, you're up 2 pawns, and one of them is way over on the side of the board. I feel like this should be winning for sure. Apparently not so easy. Checks. Bishop under attack. Trades another pawn off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, okay, now you're just 3 pawns down. Black trying their best not to trade anything. They want to take the pawns out. If they could take the pawns out and maybe like the rook, then like 2 knights and a king can't mate, you know, so depending on the type of material that's left, there's still a chance. Trying to repeat, not gonna happen. Trying to get into the back, nice little fork. Hitting everything constantly, but just not finding a gap. Yo, and there's so many little forks and things with the 2 knights, you gotta be careful. Wow, and that's mate. It's coming. Oh, mate and 9. It's coming, but it's still a while off. But now you're gonna get forked, things are gonna get traded off. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, GG. So that was round 7. And then this afternoon there was one more round. So let's just pop over to Yamada Kohei played against Tran. Muxi played against Nanjo. Kobayashi plays against Otsuka Shou, and Kojima played against Fujii Chiaki. Ah, Kojima is actually playing at the top again. He's seed 5, but he's... I don't know, I'm not following all the tournaments so well, but I don't feel like he's been doing so well, and I've heard that he's kind of been dropping in rating a little bit. Maybe he's got other things going on in life, or he's just not focusing and taking things too seriously. I'm not sure. But let's see what happened in round 8. So, first board, Yamada Kohei has built himself up a nice point system. He's in 5.5. 5.5 versus 6.5. Ooh, sorry, here. Alright, and they're attacking with the English. Symmetrical English, mega symmetrical English, and here's the first difference. So let's just go over to the masters. E3 and E5 scores a little bit better for black. And break in the center and say, nah, how about we just end up pushing past instead? Everyone takes something. Okay. And black's happy to take the pawn back that way and trade queens. Right? This looks like a draw, right? Immediately. Ah, but you also mess up their pawn structure a tiny bit. Is this just plain equal? Yeah, it's basically equal, right? Bishop out, defends the pawn. Okay, I feel like I've played a similar position. I played one of the strong opponents in Kobe, and he basically just traded off queens with me. Like, he forced the trade off, I didn't see it coming, and yeah, then he just like slowly crushed me in this kind of like queenless middle game. So maybe that is a way that some people play when they're looking to just prove that the skill gap is too large. Okay, developing all the pieces. Nice little castle by white. Still have to get their lights bishop out. Okay. And sacks a pawn. Oh, but you will be able to attack. You can't defend it. And then this pawn falls, so I guess you're not going to take it. 92. Happy to trade off dark square bishops. Gonna double the pawns up and try and open up. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so black's extra pawn kind of means nothing over here. It's taking squares away, but it can't break through, so all the action's going to happen on the other side of the board. Well, I say that, and now they're looking like they're going to try and break. Takes once. Trades off pawns. Okay. Interesting, they don't... Oh, okay, they need to want to keep control of this square, so they take that way. Okay. So now white's got an isolated passer. Black's got 3 kind of just sitting there. They can push, I guess, but that's clearly not where the game's going to get finished, I'm guessing. Trades off some bishops. I like that plan. So now the rook can't come across on the second file and can't get to 1 or 3 either. So it's kind of just incapacitated. That's a nice bishop move. Okay, rook goes back, moves that pawn forward, trades off a pawn. It's 2-2 now. Okay, so now suddenly black's starting to make a plan here. Now they've got a potential passer. Now they've just lost the pawn. They can't defend it. Yeah. Oh, because it's pinned. I didn't realize. If you take that, am I just getting through? No, it's already lost for white. But okay, they didn't take it. They just pushed first. And pushed again. And checked. Oh my goodness. Mate in 44. Okay, I'm not gonna look at mate in 44, but still a great result for black. Well done. Goodness me. Yeah, that was a good game. Alright, on to Nanjo versus Chen. Hey, Duck from Cross. Nice to see you here again. How you doing? I was actually I don't know if your ears were burning. I was thinking about you earlier because the new season almost starting, right? We got our new rosters for the season published earlier today, like an hour ago or something. And last season I did recap streams for every week. So at the end of the week, what the results were, where the teams were, and kind of the pairings coming out for the next week. And at the start of the season, I did a preview stream. And I don't remember when exactly is that. Am I supposed to do that this week, or am I supposed to do that at the start next week, maybe? But yeah, I'm excited to have new people join the Slack. I hope that you guys will also come join us for the kind of weekly recaps and the coverage streams. I don't know how many coverage streams I'll be able to do though, because those used to take a lot of time. But yeah, looking forward to that. So come check it out. We'll be public. Oh, actually, maybe you should. I think this is the Slack channel. You should go have a look there. But we'll publish it in the general channel as well. And I'm doing great, thank you very much. We did a little ceremony for my son, my baby, this morning, so that was really nice. And I'm having a look at these games, which is interesting. So yeah, not much to complain about. How are you doing? Let me know, because I'm gonna continue on the game for a second. Will I be able to cover some of your games? That completely depends on when you play and if I'm available at those times. Normally what I do is I look at the scheduling during the season and I try to find like an evening gap where I have a few hours free and I just cover whatever games are being played at that time. So if your games are in that time, there's a good chance. If I can suggest my normal availability, I don't know if it's going to be that way this time, is UTC uh, maybe 11 to 15. That's kind of the gap within what I normally try to either play my games or do coverage streams. So if you play your games in those times, maybe I will. But it will really come down to which days I'm free, if I'm even doing coverage streams this week. Sorry, this season. Yeah, all the old ones are also on the channel if you want to have a look at how that normally looks. But yeah, hang on. I want to get back to the game here quickly. Nanjo is someone I've been following this tournament. Alright, another Sicilian. I love seeing it. Open Sicilian. And a Kalashnikov. Okay, so yes, this is all still general theory. C4 back here. Okay. Bishop to d3. Is that already... Oh, knight f6 is the main move here. Knight f6, bishop somewhere. Oh, okay, we're playing a little bit differently. Oopsie daisy. Bishop over, develop and castle, and knight f6, knight d5, castle, knight c, rook. Okay, so I play the Sveshnikov from black side, so it's interesting to see someone. Oh yeah. Oh no, Chris, I don't mean what your time zone is. So in this season, what's going to happen is you're going to be paired with someone. So say you're paired with me. I'm in Japan, right? So I'm UTC +9. So then we discuss in the coming week when we will be available. I will give you 3 times across 2 days at a minimum or something, and you will give me some, and then we talk and we see what timing will work for us to play. So it's not about what your time zone is, it's about what time you are scheduling your games at. So I'm normally able to stream at UTC 11 to 15 because that is evening time here in Japan. So maybe for you that makes no sense because you're UTC +1. So I don't know. That's 12 to 16 is actually not that bad. Maybe, right? That's basically your lunchtime. So maybe if lunchtime afternoon works for you, that'll work. But otherwise, maybe not. Otherwise, maybe because I'm on holiday, it doesn't matter, and I'll be able to stream other times in the day. So yeah, there's always a chance I'll be able to cover your games, and I'd be happy to if the chance comes up. But no promises just yet. Let's see what the season comes up to. I'm just going to go back on the move order quickly here. So the Kalashnikov is not inserting these moves, just coming with e5 directly, d6, and then knight 1 c3 is the move I kind of know. It's this one. c4 is the second most move, so you probably got to learn that, right? a6, knight 5 to c or a, f6, but he just played, so he played all his other pieces out and then played his knight out so that this bishop can't come out early. That's kind of the main difference here. So as soon as you play it out, so say I, even here, say I do this, then you can go here. And that's probably just why black's been avoiding it. He developed everything else, and then he developed this right before he was able to castle. Castle up, and then here we're running out of theory. Top lead chess. Oh my goodness, scores well for white though. Goodness me. Alright. Coming at that bishop. Not gonna get it. This is always a very frustrating, oopsie daisy, combination of pieces. Getting into that b6 square. So in the normal, well I see normal, yeah. In the normal Sveshnikov, you can play b5 as one of the options as well. In this game as well, I guess that was an option. Let's see. Oh no, it wasn't. Because they played c4 immediately. So in the Sveshnikov, there's a knight there, so you can't play it directly. So these are the main moves, and then later on c3 or c3 comes. So maybe this is the move, for instance, a6 here. Then you can play b5, and here they can play c up at some point. Anyway, that's not what happened here. Let's get back there. Queen up, hits the knight again, has to go back. Bishop comes back. Bishop wants to stay there, I see. You probably want to put your knight there, right? This is kind of the threat that you have. Alright, never mind, I'll take it if you don't do something. Rook's all out, knight on a great outpost. Okay, everyone takes everything. Okay, black's very happy to just be trading. Just trading, everything off. Trading, still trading. Yeah, okay, black's clearly not looking to win, they're just looking to get a draw here. Look, and they literally just walk their king straight across the board. That's crazy. They made a passer, and now they just chill. And white won't be able to make progress. If they do, then black will be able to. Ooh, this is so dangerous. Oh wow. Completely drawn. I wonder how far back this was completely drawn, if there was a chance maybe for someone. It's completely winning for black. Oh no, what did we do wrong? Oh, giving the pawn away was wrong. So say you do this, they'll just run the pawn away. Now they take my pawn. Maybe they stop me from coming here. Oh, because they can't protect their backwards pawn and I can take it. Wow, no way, Nanjo, surely you have enough brain power. Like, Nanjo's so good, why couldn't they calculate this? No time. I had 10 minutes. Shit. That's unfortunate. This would have been a very clean victory if they realized what they had to do. I think they could have transferred it a really nice one. 15 makes sense at work. Yeah, you can play your games at work. Some people actually do play their chess games during their lunch break, but because the league games can take like up to 2-3 hours, I wouldn't recommend that unless you have a very, very flexible work situation. Because you don't want to be stressing about your game, right? You want to be able to play it relaxed, focus on it completely. That'll be much nicer. Alright, next game, Otsuka versus Kobayashi. Another English. Oh, hello. The Great Snake variation. I've never seen that. This is already the Great Snake variation. Is it because it's a dragon but you call it a Great Snake? E4, so this is some kind of sorcery. Okay. Adorjan defense. Interesting. Okay. And now it's just kind of Bishop G2 was the main one. Let's go over here instead. Yep. C5. A3. Breaking on the side of the board. Okay, it's just massive symmetry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my. This is just symmetry for days. Oh, I like that. You take here, I take here. And you're in trouble. A tiny bit good for white. Like, I'm gonna save something, and then you just keep on coming and taking more things from you. Okay, so didn't fall for that trick. Opens up, trades off for the heavy pieces. Trades off the queens. Everyone's kind of tired, I'm guessing. This time of the day, they're just trading off everything to make the game a bit simpler. Okay, blocks up the side of the board. It's bishops and a ton of pawns. Trades off the bishops that can get through and offers a draw. And this is probably all completely theirs, yeah. You don't have a break that matters because I can stop you. I have a break that I can make, but that also you don't have to take. You could just wait and then same thing, nothing happens. Nothing's gonna come through here. I can't come through there. Could I do, nope, because I can't get my king close enough. Alright, draw agreed. Alright, Kojima versus Fujii, and Kojima won. Alright, coming back. So Kojima's white, d4, c4, love it. Okay, this is a Slav, I like it. E3 is not the way I play Slav. I like to play knight f3 here, which is still one of the main moves, but e3 is the main move. G, knight f, bishop e2. Wow, this looks so old school. Takes again. Okay, we went quickly off the rails here. Knight bd is not main. a5, bishop g, dx. Knight bd 17 games. Then cx, then knight x is less. Okay. And no one in the Masters database plays this way. And no one in the top leeches plays this way, so we just got a game. Alright, happy to trade off the dark square bishop. Yes, yes. Coming at the pawn, doubling the rooks. Oh, this is pretty good, yeah. Now you gotta take. Now then, rook is hanging, so you can't take the pawn. Now I win the pawn, so white's up a pawn and a very, very symmetrical structure besides. This is +1, +2. Right, kids. Oh, but they're dropping a second pawn. Oh, you just can't defend it. And you can't get in with your... Oh my goodness, yeah, okay. This is just very good for white. Okay, just got passes coming. What are you going to do? You can't stop it. Okay. Oh my goodness, that went from... Okay, well actually maybe I should have a look quickly just from the... Okay, just developed very, very comfortably. Nothing funny. A4. Takes once, takes twice. Queen up. And then rook out. And happy to trade there. Okay, so the point here is that after queen b3, white's just the one putting pressure. Okay. And black's queen just isn't getting off the back rank, so everything's a bit slow there. And that c7 square is just weak. Yeah, slightly better, slightly better. Alright, this was just the wrong way to try and do something about it. So that pawn's just weak. Alright, this is something interesting. Maybe I can try this sometime, because this is not normally the way I play against the Slav. We'll see. Yeah. At work, or if you don't do anything at work, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's also okay. As long as no one expects you to look like you're doing something, because, yeah. I am team 41. I'm actually not sure. Yes, I am. I am apparently team 41, I think. Yeah. I do not have Twitch. I considered when I started streaming last year, December, if I wanted to do Twitch or YouTube, but I already had this YouTube channel from making videos when I first came to Japan, so I just decided to keep on using it. Also, the type of content I originally actually planned to make was a bit better for YouTube. I was kind of excited to make videos about Japan, but in the end, it's basically all been chess, right? So yeah, a little bit different. But yeah, I don't do Twitch. There is an option for you to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. You can also stream on Twitch and then upload to YouTube, but I don't really know if that's worth it. Maybe it is, but I'm just on YouTube. Maybe I'm not doing the most optimal thing. If you um, have good advice about this, let me know. I do want to try and keep on growing the YouTube channel, but I'm enjoying the way I'm doing it right now, so that's the way we're continuing. Alright, and I think that's it. With that, we have covered off day 4 of the tournament, and I'll just quickly look at the standings after day 4. There's only one round remaining, so seed number 1, Tran, is way ahead. No one can catch him already. He's won the tournament 7.5 out of 8. He's completely crushed it, and he's gaining rating. Yeah, he's done really well. Then there's a lot of people on 6. Chen and Yamamoto Soichiro is someone I don't know, but they'll be featuring in the top boards tomorrow for the last game, I'm sure. Yeah, Nanjo's down a bit, Kojima's down a bit. I don't really know all of these players too much. So yeah, okay, and then some of the people I know is towards the bottom. So let's see what the pairings will be tomorrow for the last games. Tran will play Kojima, nice, that should be a fun game. Nanjo will play that Yamamoto person who's apparently been doing great, yeah. 1900, but crashing at 6 points. Chen Muxi will play Okono who is someone I don't know, but they're under 18, 20, 21, 25, so very strong. And then Otsuka Shou has been sticking around the top as well, playing Higashino Tetsuo. Alright, very good. And then I'm just going to check some of my friends here. Misaki is playing Koyama Nobuyuki. Koyama Nobuyuki, I don't know who that is. Donaldson is playing Otani, not sure who that is. And Minelli is playing Sugimoto Koichi, I'm not sure who that is either. Alright, we're going to call it then. Hey Martin, thank you very much for coming past. Spreadsheets are lame, yeah man. Where's the blackjacks and other things? The blackjacks and hookers. Ah, screw the whole thing. You just caught me at the end though. I'm gonna be signing off. We just finished looking through round 7 and 8, day 4 of the chess champs. And tomorrow there's only one round we just looked at briefly, so tomorrow should be a much shorter review. And I also need to get up because I'm sitting on the floor, traditional Japanese home sitting, and my body is not used to it. So I'll be seeing you guys. Thank you very much for everyone who tuned in, everyone who came past and said a few things and joined me for a while. I realized my chat's actually not visible. I should put it back up sometime, but for now I think we're going to get out of here. Yeah, thank you very much for joining everyone, and see you again tomorrow in the next one probably, then we finish off the tournament. Bye bye.